So the common understanding for the C8 ZR1 is that it's rumored to have the LT6 motor from the Z06 along with twin turbos, producing over 800 horsepower. But what if I told you that that might not be the case, and the new ZR1 is actually going to feature not only the LT6 motor, but the hybrid system from the E-Ray instead of the turbos? The more I thought about it, and with new information out, that concept is actually not too far off in regards to what would make sense to me, especially as an engineer. So we're gonna go into that and talk about not only the information that's out there now, but why it would actually make sense for GM to go with the hybrid system instead of twin turbos. So let's get into that video. So thanks for tuning into the channel. We do Corvette product reviews, how-to videos, news, and the occasional car rally and car drives. So if you're interested and you find this video useful, I invite you to subscribe to the channel as well as like this video. It does help me know that this kind of information is useful to you and helps grow the channel, so thank you for that. So this new information actually comes from a buddy of mine, Mike, from the Brink of Speed YouTube channel, who was at Corvette at Carlisle and happened to hear information about how the new C8 ZR1 potentially would be a hybrid system with the LT6 motor instead of twin turboed. And there's actually been some recent footage that's been captured and shared on Corvette Blogger that a Colorado car spotter was able to see the ZR1 prototypes pass by him and record, and you could not hear the engines from the LT6 motor. Both cars did have the Z06 center quad exhaust, but when they passed the camera, the cars were pretty quiet except for some wheel noise. Potentially they were in stealth mode or maybe just tour mode with the valves closed, but in general you would expect to hear some kind of engine noise, and you don't. Now if we're comparing to the E-Ray, those battery systems only work for stealth mode to a maximum of 45 miles an hour and only work for a couple of miles. But in general, how quiet they are in regards to only hearing just basically wheel noise instead of any kind of engine noise is kind of pretty interesting to take note. Now that is completely contradicting to a lot of information that's been out there saying that the ZR1 is going to be twin turboed, but it actually honestly makes sense from a few different angles. So looking at it from an engineering point of view, it makes sense that they would go with the EV system, the hybrid system, with the LT6 motor because it's already tried and true in regards to that we're seeing it in production for the E-Ray. It's a lot easier from an engineering point of view, from a manufacturing point of view, to add on systems that are already tried and true or already been flushed out for all the different technical issues that they might have and put them all together as compared to adding on a new system. Adding on a new system does have its own challenges. And in particular, when you're adding twin turbos to the LT6 motor, because it's such a high compression ratio motor, you run into issues of compression adding that twin turbo system, which is going to require more R&D to flush all those issues out. So honestly, that would make sense from that point of view. Also, from a general performance point of view, the Z06, even without the twin turbos, is quite beefy to handle, especially in a straight line in like a drag race. And we saw that in our video when we compared the C8 Stingray to the Z06. The Z06 won in those drag races, but it had a hard time trying to get traction off the line. Now, imagine you're trying to add a twin turbo to that, and that problem gets even more. But you take that same LT6 motor and you put the EV hybrid system from the E-Ray into it. Now you have a rocket that's going to be able to take off and absolutely demolish so many other things out there because of that. And we've seen it with the E-Ray that it can actually accelerate faster and harder than the Z06. Adding the hybrid system is going to give you better performance than just going twin turbo, and as well as it being just better handling because it's all-wheel drive. So it makes sense from that point of view also to add the hybrid system to the ZR1. And even in doing that, GM would still be able to accomplish getting over 800 horsepower in the LT6 motor and the hybrid system that's putting in another 150, 160 horsepower. So that is possible to be able to accomplish those numbers for GM for the ZR1. So putting all these things together, it does make sense for GM to try and go with a ZR1 that is a hybrid. But what do you think? I know it's a controversial issue in regards to whether you want the ZR1 to be a full-on motor, no hybrid system, but I guess it comes down to time will tell whether we're going to go with a hybrid ZR1 or a twin turbo ZR1. So I guess we'll see in a few months when GM decides that they finally want to throw us a bone and tell us what this new insane ZR1 is going to look like. So I'm totally excited, and I really want to know all the information I can. So and also share that with everybody. So when I find new information, I'm going to make sure to try to share it with you guys so that you guys also know too. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, check out any of my other videos, and we'll see you next time.